Bladesmiths, welcome back to the Forge. As returning champions, you're some of the greatest bladesmiths that have ever walked through those doors. And today, we're gonna find out who stands out among you as the best. On your anvils is a clock. Go ahead and lift that up. Canoe Damascus.
I know what canister Damascus is, but it's canoe Damascus. Is he just making this crap up?
You must add 2 or more of the materials, along with the powdered steel, into your metal canoes to create a billet of canoe Damascus, from which you will forge a signature blade in your own style. Your 3-hour forge time starts now. Jason, what makes canoe Damascus so unique?
You're taking different little things, you throw it in the canoe as opposed to the canister, which is all on the end. The canoe is, flat, so you could arrange it in there however you wanted to and then fill the rest with powder. Each individual here is going to do something very different.
Right.
This challenge is much harder than what I faced last time. The fact that we need to first make the steel before we can make the blade. I decide to use liquid paper to coat the inside of my canoe. This way, theoretically, the steel won't stick to it when it welds, and I can get my solid chunk out quickly. For my canister, I choose shredded cable, chainsaw chain, and bike chain. They're the most similar in heat treating characteristics.
I'm going to use materials that I'm familiar with. I'm going to put the ball bearings down first. I'm going to add some cube of 1080. Part of the reason for that is as I'm grinding away that soft material, I'll be able to see those ball bearings quickly. And that's what I'm looking for to know when I've gotten rid of that soft material.
I don't know if Shane put liquid paper in his can or not.
Nope, and neither did Travis. But Pete and Scott did. And I hope the liquid paper smiths don't fall into the trap of over-forging that billet, because that can make it really difficult to get that canoe skin off.
Canoe Damascus, I've never done anything even near close to this stuff. So I tried to make some sort of neat pattern, and I throw some chainsaw chain, because the chain always has neat little stuff to it. And I figure, well, I'll scatter some ball bearings in there, too. Well, hope for the best.
The idea is get the powder to go in between all the pieces, and sometimes that's the trick. So in my can, I throw in some ball bearings, some saw blades, some cable scraps, and fill the rest with powder. Basically baking a cake. We got 3 grinders.
It's time to take that skin off. All I need to do is grind one corner off, and I'll be able to unwrap this like a burrito. Liquid paper did its job, created a barrier, and prevented the steel inside from welding to the steel of the canoe.
It's time to start cutting the casing off.
All right, buddy, let's go.
I'm hoping that whiteout works.
Works. Of course not. That ain't gonna work.
Did he more weld mild steel to the steel inside of the canoe?
This ain't happening.
That can is not coming off. I'm struggling. I'm trying to chisel. That's not working.
It's all welded together.
I have completely made one solid chunk.
Scott needs to change up. He needs to just change his direction.
Plan B, gotta grind. I gotta find some metal in here. I don't have to cut the whole thing off, just enough for where the blade is.
Look at the time, I'm like, okay, I know that I'll get a blade done. It just won't be really well ground.
2 hours has elapsed. You have just 60 minutes remaining to finish your work.
I've got my blade basically the shape I want, so I go ahead and harden it. Looks good.
So Travis went in for his quench.
Nothing broke, nothing cracked, nothing warped. Back to the grinder.
We're down to the wire, and I'm not comfortable. I won't know that I've gotten rid of all that soft material until I actually get the blade hardened.
Shane has just quenched. He's got his blade in the oil.
The quench went pretty good. The blade's hard, but might be just a little too hard. What I'm worried about is, chipping or cracking.
Well, I got all but one side off. I might be able to grind some of it off. I can see some pattern. The pattern is there. Only on one side, though.
Scott just quenched in the oil.
Let it cool down.
Still straight? Yeah.
And into the water. Oh, my God, that thing was still smoking hot.
Scott may have some problems. it's not a good idea because it could crack.
Look out, look out, look out. Move, move, move.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmiths, shut down your machines. Drop your tools.
Champions, now it's time for the judges to take a closer look at your work. Travis, please present your blade to the judges.
Well, it looks good. I like the shape. It's on the robust side. Now, I noticed that some people were using the liquid paper, but you decided not to. I decided I'd rather be hard and solid than easy. Okay. It's a good strategy. Well done. Thank you.
Peter, you're next.
Great shape, a really nice finish. As it sits right now, you've got your tang virtually in line with the spine of your blade. You need at least this much handle material, so your handle will be offset on the knife. So it'll be interesting to see how you deal with that. So well done.
Thank you.
Shane, you're up.
Welcome back, Shane. Very clean lines. A lot of meat here, so it's very heavy right now. Overall, though, nice design. Thank you.
Scott, you're up.
Scott, you had an interesting battle with the casing on this. I see a lot of issues in here. I see a lot of the outside can still stuck on this blade. It makes an interesting pattern, but it's not going to be effective when it comes to making this blade sharp.
When I look at this, I think of slashing and having this come through and then having that void there and then the tip catching. You've got a
Little bit of a warp.
pretty healthy warp to one side there. It'll be interesting to see how it works.
In this last round, you each competed like champions, and the judges have made a final decision. The bladesmith leaving the forge is Scott. Your blade did not make the cut.
Scott, an incredibly bold design, but in the end, it really came down to execution. There are a few problems with that blade. There is an S-curve bend to your blade. The tang is way offline. There's still canister left on a large section of your blade. And it's because of those reasons that we've got to let you go.
Scott, please surrender your blade.
I feel good. I mean, you know, I got eliminated, but somebody's got to go first.
Right, Shane.
Well, no, it's a champion round. These guys are good. And, you know, even when you lose to the group of guys like this, it's still not really a loss in my book. It's the way it goes.